Hey everyone, it's Joe the 50 something Dasher with another video here, and in an unexpected kind of series of events yesterday and today. I got an email yesterday that from Roadie that I was off the wait list, and so now I could get to start to work on yet another app, and so yesterday I was off the wait list. Today I did my first delivery. So in one video I get to kind of cover all of that with you guys. First, I want to apologize that this was not originally meant to be an IMAX shot video. I recorded it on my phone, but I guess I took too long. The video was too long. I didn't have enough storage on my phone, so I had to delete all that and start all over again. Now it's an IMAX screen recording, so my apologies on that. If you're by chance new to the channel, I primarily do DoorDash. That's my number one app. I've been a DoorDash driver for 2 years. And then there's up till yesterday, there's three other apps that I would work. Deliver That, which is a catering app, Shipped, and Uber. So I would run those four, and then I've been on like a waiting list on some of the other apps. And so just to give kind of like a little background here on the four apps that I was on a waiting list, back April 26th of this year, I signed up for Amazon Flex, still on the waiting list for that one. 4 days later, on April 30th, signed up for Instacart, still on the waiting list. But my wife has that, so I've tagged along with her, and we've done a couple orders together on that. So I have exposure already to Instacart. Then on May 25th is when I signed up for Shipped and Roadie. And so with Shipped, it didn't take too long. July 27th, I was off the waiting list and up and running. And then, like I said, just yesterday, off the waiting list on Roadie. It took a little over 6 months. And then, and so I was out of town yesterday, but I went ahead and did the initial steps anyway to get activated. Pretty standard, straightforward stuff. I mean, I basically just remember doing three things yesterday: scanning the front and back of my driver's license, and then the other thing was a selfie photo that I had to take, and then this other page where I just had to type in my social security number and then my initials and submit. I think that was consent to a background check. Submitted that, and that was it for yesterday. And I was, even though I was, I don't think I was approved yet and ready to start doing an order. But I still was able to get on there and see some of the different offers. And I looked at, I was in north central Ohio yesterday. We also took a trip over to Toledo for a couple hours. I was out there. So I was able to see some of the offers in those two areas, as well as like I was able to scroll down in the map and see like here where I'm from, central Ohio, and some of the offers here. And I saw a good mix of some different offers. It looked like there was a decent amount of things, to choose from. There, I saw several pharmacy orders. I'm pretty sure all of them were from CVS. I saw several Home Depot orders. And then a couple other miscellaneous things I can't remember right offhand. And then I also saw, now I've seen online, I've read about in the past, gig workers that pick up luggage from an airport and deliver it to a customer. So whether the luggage was lost or whatever the case, you're picking that up from the airport and delivering to the customer. I saw one of those orders. And I forget how much it paid or whatever. It was kind of a longer distance trip. Um, and I even saw something that paid like, I want to say like $53 or something, but it was high mileage. It was like 47, 48 miles, something like that. Most of it was just kind of like standard gig work pay that I'm kind of used to seeing. So it would be orders paying, let's say like $9 orders where the mileage is anywhere from like 5 to 12 miles, or a $12 payout on an order where the mileage is maybe 9 to 15 miles. I mean, just kind of pretty much the standard stuff that I'll see on DoorDash or sometimes Uber, but well, Uber has some really low ball offers though. I didn't see any terrible offers like you would see on Uber, but so that's kind of the stuff I saw. And then also I saw different sizes of orders. Like it would say either small, medium, large, or I think I might even seen one that said like extra large order. And but it none of them would tell what the items were. It would just give like dimensions, measurements, and weights. I don't know the purpose of that. Like I'll just throw out an example here. Let's say a extra large order picking up a big screen TV. Well, what's so secretive about, why can't you put what it is in the offer? Well, I know you got the measurements in there, but it just seems to me it'd be more helpful if you just put in there that it was a TV. And then that gives somebody like a better idea and better understanding than the measurements. I mean, I don't know. That's just me, for whatever that's worth. But yesterday, like I said, I was able to just kind of like see some of the offers, but I wanted, of course, to wait till I come home before I actually attempted to do a offer. So I traveled back home today, 2 hour drive back home. Got here, got all my stuff inside, situated and everything, and decided to turn on the app. And I found something pretty much right away. Um, so I found this. This is what I saw. This $7.31 CVS listed here is 2 miles. Is a little bit less than that. Medium size order, I guess. Um, so yeah, this was perfect. Let's go ahead. Now I knew that miles to money. I mean, from the start, from leaving my garage to doing this order and coming back home, this was going to be more than 7 miles. And time wise, from leaving home to getting back home, I mean, I knew this was probably going to take more than a half hour. So this was not going to be like profitable for me by any means. But I just wanted to get on here like doing one order that was close to me, just to see what this was all about and how it went and everything, and so I could shoot this video. So I go to click on it, and you see right away there was a missing certification. So, and then you see at the bottom of the screen, complete the requirement. So I go to click on that, and basically it was like this module that I had to take. It only took me about 5 minutes or 5, 6 minutes, not that long. And it was mainly on HIPAA and customer privacy and that type of thing. And there was like, I want to say like 3 short little videos, and this was all, the module was all done like within the app. And there were these 3 little videos. For some reason, the video would not play, but I could hear the the audio. So I just listened to each of these modules, and it talked about the steps you're supposed to take, and protecting the customer's privacy, and keeping the information private, yada yada. And then there was like this 11 question quiz at the end of it. I answered 9 correctly and passed, and then completed this requirement. So then at 12:06, let's see. So there you see on this screenshot that the see the required certifications, but I already did this. So now I'm thinking I'm ready, and I go and click the button to submit the offer. But I get the second place I get stopped here, that I can't get this offer because my consumer report, or my background check, in other words, is still in progress, and I have to wait for that to be completed, and it can take 3 to 14 days. So I figure at this point I'm not going to get to do an offer today, because that just got submitted yesterday on a Saturday. Today's Sunday, so it's probably going to be a weekday when this process finishes. But so I click got it, and but then, like, it was only like a couple minutes, like 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, something like that, I get a push notification on my phone that the consumer report is complete, and I'm past that step and now ready to go. Which seemed like really fishy to me. That just didn't seem right. That it, I try to do an order and get stopped by this, and it just so happens that in the next like 3-4 minutes from that point, the consumer report gets completed when it's supposed to take 3 to 14 days. Very, very, you know, uh, suspicious, or whatever the word I'm looking for here. So at 12:11, I'm able to that so the module is done on the HIPAA, the background checks. Now I'm able to click on it, and you see on this screenshot it says offer pending. Okay, so I clicked on it, offer pending, and the app will tell you that you typically within 15 minutes they get back to you with whether or not they're going to give you the offer or not. In the meantime, I got another kind of like a push notification that there were other offers in the area that just kind of came through. So while I'm waiting, I close out this screen, and now I'm starting to look at some of the other. There's just like 2 or 3 other offers in this area, and I was just curious and clicking on them to see what they were, all this and that, and try to go back to this screen here, and now I can't find the offer. It's cleared off of the map, so it's not on there. I go into like my gig history or whatever to see if it's in there, still pending or whatever. I can't find it there or anywhere in the app. It's just gone. So I don't know. Does that mean it was given to somebody else, or like at this point I have no idea what's going on. Um, and then at 12:19, like I said, a couple minutes later, I got another notification that I was given the offer, and I'm good to go. So now it's mine and good to go. So okay, great. So now I'm able to see it again. I go out to the car, and of course write down my mileage and ready to get started, and then off I go. Now, Uh, so one thing right away that I didn't really like, and I've talked about this before with other apps, as far as like GPS navigation, I wish on all these apps that it would be in-app navigation. That's kind of like my preference. That's what I'm used to with DoorDash. With this, I click start gig and then clicked on navigation, and this box pulls up with the different choices, like Apple Maps, Google Maps, whichever one I wanted to choose. I chose Google, and it opens the Google navigation in a separate window. So like I said, I'm not a big fan of that. I prefer that it was in app, but whatever. And then the other thing was so this CVS, the address was Buckeye Parkway, and so I'm on my way there, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, CVS on Buckeye Parkway, and I'm like, I'm trying to, as I'm on my way to that street, I'm trying to in my head, I'm kind of like going down the street from memory and what all is off of it, and I can't recall a CVS anywhere. I'm like, okay, once I get down there, on this side is the Walmart and this shop and that and this and this, and you got the Target over here with this and this and this and that, and then it dead ends, and then there in that shopping center there's no CVS over there. Like, what the heck here? And long story short, it directs me to the Target, and the CVS was inside the Target. Never knew that. Never. I've been in that Target 150 million times, and for gig or shopping orders for gig work. Been in there a million times. Shopped in the aisles that's right directly in front of that pharmacy, and never had to go to that pharmacy for any reason. I've just shopped in the store and around it, but just never paid any attention whatsoever that was a CVS pharmacy. So now I know. Um, Another thing I thought of is going forward, pharmacy orders are going to scare me a little bit, because especially if I don't know if you always have to go inside to the counter, but you know how it is with pharmacies. Sometimes you walk into one and there's a line of anywhere from 30 to 60 people standing in a pharmacy line. And if I have to get into lines like that for some of these orders, I mean, I don't know how many prescription orders I'm going to be doing if I run into that kind of thing. So I was a little bit nervous. This particular order, I go in there and there's nobody there. It was crazy. There's no customers, and there was only one person working in that pharmacy. It must be not a popular pharmacy. I don't know. So I was able to walk right up to the counter, gave the customer's name. It was pretty simple. I meant to ask for future reference if I could use the drive up window, and I completely forgot to ask the pharmacist, so I still don't know as far as that goes. So, was given the order, it was done, ready to go. I just, in the app, I had to scan a barcode that was on the front, and then also had to take a picture of the bag. Pretty simple. Slid a bar saying that the pickup was complete, and then now I'm off to the delivery portion. And the customer was less than 2 miles from the delivery. And then I I get to the customer. It's in a place that I don't have a good signal usually, and I'll get to that here in a second. But the next thing I kind of got tripped up on a little bit was I don't think I followed the steps properly. I think I was supposed to first, before I tried to get the customer to come to the door, I think I was supposed to take a picture of the order, like with the house number, and like I'm dropping off an order with DoorDash. But you, you can't leave it at the door. It has to, the customer you have to give it to the customer. So this all kind of confused me just a little bit. When I got there, I rang the doorbell and I gave the order to the customer because I have to, and then I went into the app, and for the picture steps, I had to take the picture without the order in the picture. So I don't know. I was still able to complete the order, but I'm assuming, like I said, I'm assuming you're supposed to like take your picture first, then knock on the door and ring the doorbell, give it to. But like I'm so used to DoorDash that when you take your picture and submit the picture, well then the order is closed. So that was my concern. What if I take this picture, submit that, and go to the next step or whatever? What happens if the customer doesn't come to the door and I have to take this back? Well, I've already submitted a proof of delivery picture. I just that part is very confusing to me. Why it asks for a proof of delivery picture when you're handing it to a customer, it's really confusing to me. So next time I'll take my picture first, I guess. And so I don't know. But took my picture without the bag in it, and then tried to close out the order, and then I get this message, because I'm in a bad signal area, so I can't close it out. So basically, I have to drive away, and I completed the order at, got about 3 minutes away from that location, closed out the order, and there you see like route complete. So done. I come back home, just get here about 5 minutes later, and here it is in my summary. There you see the 1 gig, 1.89 miles. It was actually all total from my home, back home. It was 11 miles total driven. And this took me 37 minutes. So again, not profitable, but I just wanted to get an order and do one, and like for the experience. And you see the order is like still processing. As far as like a tip goes, I did a quick search on that before starting this video, and I saw that a customer has like up to 14 days to leave a tip. And then I saw one other, just some person commenting on a Reddit post that said that in their experience, 99% of roadie orders do not include a tip, so don't expect one. So I don't. That's just one person that said that. I have no idea. For me and my market, if that's going to be the case, if just about all the orders have no tips on them, I don't know. If I didn't say at the start of the video already, but Roadie, out of all these different apps that I've signed up for, Roadie is the one that I knew the least about. And even right now, I know barely anything about it other than the little amount of offers I've seen so far and the one delivery that I've done. But still, brand new to this, know really hardly anything about it. So we'll see if I do happen to get a tip at some later point on this order, I'll throw a comment on this video with that tip amount. But otherwise, it's just going to be the $7.31. Um, and that's all I have for this video. Hope this was helpful. By chance, if anybody was thinking about signing up for Roadie, and you know that. So I mean, there's my initial experience with it for whatever it's worth, and we'll see going forward. You know, I think DoorDash is still going to be primary for me, and now I'll have the four additional apps that, you know, when things are slow, the more apps that you have, and the more different opportunities that I'll see, and we'll see if I end up, you know, finding more offers to do, and how that goes, and how I do on this app. And it'll be interesting to see like where this ranks with like the other apps that I use. It'll be interesting to see. And then of course, you know, going forward, any other experience I have with it or whatever, I'll post updates, you know, more videos in the coming days, weeks, and months, and we'll go from there. But that's all I have for now. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, be sure to drive safe out there. We'll catch you next time.